because it has like the cup thing on it, and I usually don't have a measuring cup, so.
I see. Now, would you use something like this?
Probably. I probably would, because I have like something similar in my shower for like shampoo and conditioner, and you like press the buttons and yeah.
These cups are a little small. I feel like you'd have to be pretty careful that it doesn't come out too fast and overflow the cup. I might even wonder what it'd be like with a deeper cup, if they could attach it to something that comes down to here. Plus also, you know, if you're making anything in a big quantity, you'd want to not have to fill this cup 6 times.
The rice doesn't really work, to be fair, because it just falls all the way through. It's not, so anything that's going to be rice size, lentils, whole grains and stuff like that, probably won't really work very well with this. Beans and that is fine, but as I said, like this bigger stuff that works in the mechanism that turns it around, it manages to catch them. It's too big to use in such small proportions. I mean, that's.
This one is going to have a lot of extra ones sitting right here, because anytime you start to turn it, before this is off, it's already settling. So when you take this off, this is all coming down, ready, you know, whether you're ready for it or not. And you know, because these aren't too big, I feel like they would be refilled pretty quick so they wouldn't get stale. You know, this does like keep it fresh and stuff.
My name is Kyle, I'm 30 years old and I'm a teacher. I think the cap I would not buy it because of the cap.
Why?
Because then
You mean the bottom cap, right?
Yeah. Like if I'm gonna take a cap off, might as well just take a cap off and open up a box. Like if
it was easier.
If it's like one step, yeah, there's 2 steps to pouring something. You open it and then you pour it. So if there's 2 steps for these things, there's no advantage to it. You need a one-stepper.
I see. Something that's much easier.
It might actually be easier, but it's just like there's physically 2 steps, so I feel like it's the same thing.
My name is Susan, I'm retired and I'm 60. I think that people who are really into cooking and to keeping their kitchens up would like it a lot. I think if you're just someone who doesn't cook and eats out all the time, you're not really going to want this something like this. But for people who like to cook, I think it's a very good.
Do you use dispensers in your kitchen?
Do I use this? No, I don't.
You just keep everything
Well, I'm
in
with
the
someone
original packaging?
in the original packaging, yeah.
And is this handy? I mean, is it?
I think it is
quicker?
handy, but I don't really cook that much, so I think that it functions it's very functional, and I think it is good for gourmets.
It would be good in a science museum.
Museum?
Yeah, if you wanted to show like the flow of electricity around the circuit, you could use rice and you could do it like that. I mean, or maybe put a hamster in it or something like.
Oh, for running, right? Generate electricity.
Or for killing slowly.
Hello, my name is Denise Roman. I'm 32 years old and I'm a billing and service coordinator for CBS.
Good.
I think it's great. I think even my kids could use it. It's pretty simple, straightforward. It's easy. It looks really good as well. It looks really pretty.
Why would you ever use something like this compared to keeping everything in its original packaging?
Well, it's a lot safer. I say it's a lot safer to make sure no bugs get in, no fruit flies. It's pretty simple. My kids could do it. It's very pretty looking. And I think it makes a great complement to any kitchen.
Who do you think this thing would be ideal for? Like what kind of families, you know, older generation, younger, people with kids?
People that are very bored and happen to be watching TV when an advert comes in and are impulse buyers and...
So you wouldn't buy something like this, you're saying?
Not in a million years. Like,
and the reason being primarily?
I'd probably buy it for someone I disliked as a joke. Like,
wow, you are. Okay. Now you're saying there's no positives about this product. There's no...
Unless you could, if you were going to market it, you could be really cynical and say that it was specifically for cooks who don't have hands or have difficulty lifting things up. I mean, you could say maybe develop it for children or people with disabilities who like. But aside from that.
Maybe if the cups were a little bit bigger, it would probably be a little better. But I'm just like going to assume that the cups are supposed to. No, wait.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
What about like does this portion need to be wider or something like that? You know what I mean?
The size of it. I mean, it's pretty good for like things in general, but for cereal specifically, obviously not, because it didn't fill it didn't fill up all the way. But
Oh,
yeah.
you mean like the cup was not filled up?
No, I mean the cup was filled up, but this wasn't filled up with all of this, so I still have a box. So like I would buy, yeah, like I would buy the product, but I would still have a box left over.
So then,
Canister is 1 liter.
yeah, you buy a box of cereal and then you fill it up, and then you still gotta keep the box because it's only half full. I didn't even think about that, so that doesn't make sense either.
Gigi, healthcare exec, 45 years old. They could be taller.
It could be taller.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because it just doesn't seem like it fits a lot, and it's far enough down that you can probably bring them down further.
See,
No, bigger.
the bigger the better.
Bigger the better.
How much bigger? Twice as big?
No, just like a quarter bigger. It just seems like they're a little small.
It's not going to be enough for a whole family, right? Or
No,
something like that.
no, single person would be good
For
for
a
it.
single.
So how do you take these off? You just clip them like that?
Pull it out.
So ideally, I'd take off this, I'd take off this, and I'd get that out there, and I'd have my pasta like that, and when I wanted some pasta, I'd shake it into the pot, and then I'd put it back in the cupboard.
You think that that would be the
I think that's probably this design has nothing over a pot, apart from maybe it looks nice, if you like that kind of thing.
it's just the looks, right? You're saying, I mean, design-wise. Okay, so like.
Design-wise, it's just going to be a lot of bother. How much time are you going to have to spend cleaning these things when you put new stuff in and washing them up? And they're bulky. They're not the kind of things that you can just stick in your dishwasher even. And then what happens when these little wire things seem quite rigid? What happens when one of them bends, or when this cup gets broken? I mean, and it's already making marks on the bottom, so it's not going to even look that nice for that long.
So how many stars would you give out of 5?
Do you have to get? No, I don't know.
Would there be any stars from Ben?
Yeah, maybe 1 for effort for doing it and like creating it. But
do you use dispensers nowadays?
Actually, yes, I do. Well, not a regular dispenser, more like a canister where I would put stuff at. But this is much easier because you could just twist it and it comes right out in the cup, and it has the measurements. So it tells you exactly what you have. So it tells you the full cup. You can measure your food easily. So I think it's great. I really do. I think it's awesome.
Do you cook?
Yes, I'm a cook. I do cook.
So for pasta, like how would you access this? I mean, I heard with pasta you first boil the water, right?
Yes.
And then, like, how would you get the? I mean, would it be convenient to dispense right into the? Absolutely, because like I said, the measurements are right on the cups. You know exactly what you're cooking. It has 3/4, half a cup, 1/4, and 1 cup. So it's out of 5 stars, how many?
I would give it 5 stars, definitely. Yeah, I think it's really cool.
I don't know. It's not a terrible idea. I just think someone's got too obsessed with. They probably started off finding a nice rubber that you could use to make this motion and got really happy doing that. And then they thought, what can I attach this to? What can I just go out there and develop and get into production? And I think they've been a bit premature with this idea.
I think it looks really nice, and I'm pretty sure, like, I can imagine this being in like either my parents or one of my parents' friends' apartments, or even maybe at their workplace, because they like to share food a lot. And I could actually like imagine someone having this in their kitchen, and it just like, it looks good. It was just like the rice kept falling everywhere, and I also don't like the cap that much because like I feel as if I would just like not put it back a lot of the time. Like I just thought it was,
right?
Yeah, I would always like forget, and I would just be like really annoyed to put it back, and that's pretty much it, other than like the rice falling everywhere. And the rice feels really heavy when you're doing the propeller thing because it's like so
heavy to twist.
Yeah, because it's a lot denser because the grains are a lot smaller. I kind of actually like it. I kind of like turning the knob.
How many stars would you give out of 5?
Out of 5, maybe like 4 or 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
I see. So you would use something like this?
I probably would.
Yeah.
And this is cleaning of the dispenser.
Möchte gern Piraten, die im Trockendocken warten, suchen still nach großen Schätzen an imaginären Plätzen. Möchte gern Piraten sprechen, viel von großen Taten, suchen Feinde, die nicht ziegen, ihnen immer unterliegen. Möchte gern Piraten, die in Zwickmühlen geraten, ziehen die Köpfe aus den Schwingen, noch bevor sie damit ringen. Möchte gern Piraten grinsen, stellen Schwankerkarten, loben ihre Ambitionen, tragen unsichtbare Kronen. Möchte gern Piraten, die sich stundenlang beraten, laute Stimmen, Farbe, Ohren, niemals noch verloren. Möchte gern Soldaten zahlen, lieber noch in Raten sagen ja und nicht zu fragen wollen, abfangen und jagen.
So far it's easy to clean it. Wasn't that hard to disassemble it? And now we're gonna assemble all the components back together.
Möchte gern Piraten, die am Trockendocken warten, suchen still nach großen Schätzen an imaginären Plätzen. Möchte gern Piraten sprechen, viel von großen Taten, suchen Feinde, die nicht ziegen, ihnen immer unterliegen. Möchte gern Piraten, die in Zwickmühlen geraten, ziehen die Köpfe aus den Schwingen, noch bevor sie damit ringen. Möchte gern Piraten grinsen, schälen Schwankerkarten, loben ihre Ambitionen, tragen unsichtbare Kronen. Möchte gern Piraten, die sich stundenlang beraten, laute Stimmen, Tabe, Ohren, niemals noch verloren. Möchte gern Soldaten zahlen, lieber noch in Raten sagen ja und nur zu fragen wollen, abfangen und jagen. Möchte gern Banditen, denken immer in Renditen, spielen mit gezinkten Karten, denn sie können es nicht erwarten.
Voila.
How much do you think it's worth?
Oh, well, if my roommate would probably buy it for $30.
Probably like either like $20 or $40, or maybe a little bit more.
How much would you maximum pay for something like this?
Maybe like I would probably pay like maybe $30.
20 bucks.
20 bucks for the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, I know it costs a lot more than that to make, but like, you have to think of like how much time you're actually saving. It's
Okay,
like maybe
so
a minute.
Saving. Right. Do you get time saving with this thing?
You do in the actual dispensing of the items, but when it comes to like all the little fidgeting you have to do with it and make sure everything's locked in place, it kind of gets like a little longer.
I see. Do you like it?
I like it, you know, to look at and to play with. I'm not sure I would buy it.
You're not sure you will use it?
If I had it, I would use it.
Will it be useful?
It would be useful if I had it.
In your life?
In my life.
Okay.
In my kitchen, anyway.
$35.
35 is the maximum, right?
I know.
If you were to buy something like this for your household use?
30 bucks.
I would say between 50 and 100.
Somewhere around that.
Yeah, I think that's good. 50 and 100, yeah.
I think and I got an idea that there is too much nation for liberation, and too much nation for one railway station. I think and I got an idea how to change the rules, my baby. You just have to dance with me, and we'll get better, baby, you will see. I think and I got an idea that there is too much negotiation, too many commercial presentation, and there's no action. for satisfaction. I think, and I got an idea how to save and help you, baby. You know, Jesus loves me and Allah too, and maybe I can be your money too.